and thank you ever so much for joining me for today for a posture and core Pilates session. Posture is so important, so that is what we're going to be working on today, is just being aware of how we sit, how we stand, and then also potentially how we can correct it as well. So from this standing position here, I just want you to rock forward and backwards. So forward onto the tiptoes and then back onto the heels. Good. So just forward and backwards, standing up as tall as you can. Think about drawing that core in ever so slightly. And then when you're ready, I want you to find that nice neutral position that you're comfortable in. Wonderful. From there, we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and then tilt it back. Tilt the pelvis forward, tilt it back. Let me just show you from a side angle. So forward and then back. So tucking under the tailbone. So we're just seeing what range of motion we have there in the pelvis from one extreme to the other. And then start to make the movement smaller and smaller until you're in a nice, comfortable, neutral position with your pelvis. So we're in a nice neutral position with our feet, now with our pelvis as well. So it's just being aware, perhaps when you're walking, are we potentially sticking out our bottom as we walk? So maybe perhaps think about tucking under that tailbone. When you do your bit of walking, are you walking on your tiptoes? Are you walking on your heels? So it's things like that, just being aware of that posture. So you can always come back to this exercise just to ground yourself and come back to a nice neutral position. Okay, often a lot of the time we are hunched over. We're perhaps on our phones, on our computers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the hands behind and we're just going to stretch out the chest. So feeling that stretch. Wonderful, hold it there, breathe into it. Good, so this can be a really good stretch for you to do. You can do it seated, you can do it standing. Good, just hold that stretch. Hopefully you'll feel it across the chest, across the shoulders. Keep breathing, 3, 2, 1, and then gently release. Good, relax those arms down. So we're going to inhale, reach down to the side. Now I want you to use your core muscles. Use your core to bring yourself back to center. Inhale down to the other side. Exhale, use your core. So we're using our obliques as we pull ourselves back to center each time. So the obliques are the sides of the core muscles. Inhale down, exhale center. Let's go for 4 more. Keep those knees ever so slightly soft. Wonderful. You might feel a nice gentle stretch in that lower back as well. Good. All right, last one. And then come back to center. Good. From there, I'm just going to roll the shoulders up and back down. Often, perhaps when we're stressed, our tension can be held in the shoulders, in that neck area. So you might feel a little bit crunchy. So rolling up and back is a really good one just to correct that posture as well. Wonderful. One more. And then from here, we're going to inhale, bring the shoulders up, exhale, release. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. 2 more of these. And then last one. Wonderful. Good. Okay, from here, we're going to do a Pilates roll down. So nice big inhale. On the exhale, chin to the chest, relax the arms out in front. Start to draw those core muscles in. Chin to the chest, relax the upper body. Release all that tension. Just roll yourself down. How far can you comfortably reach? Relax the neck, chin to that chest. Feel that stretch at the back of the legs. Hold, breathe for a moment. If you want, you can reach for the elbows and just go for a gentle side to side movement, enjoying a stretch in that lower back. Good. And 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to come down onto the mat. Lovely. So we're going to come onto our backs and focus on some core. So let's focus on some core engagement. So tilt your pelvis towards you, like we were practicing earlier with our pelvic tilts. So this time you're going to tilt your pelvis towards you all the way, so your back is super glued to the mat and you can feel your tummy muscles starting to engage. From here, we're going to float our legs up to tabletop position. Keep the pelvis tilted towards you, and we're going to go for some toe taps. A nice big inhale. On the exhale, tap down towards the floor. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, tap. Inhale, tabletop. So start to feel the lower abdominal muscles working. So exhale, tap. Inhale, tabletop. If you then want to, you're going to tap, extend, tabletop. Tap, extend, tabletop. Good, really focus on that breathing. So we're focusing on the lower part of the abdominal muscles working. So nothing in the lower back. It's all in the core. Right, let's go for 4 more. Here we go. Right, 4. Good. 3. 2. And then 1. Good. Come back to tabletop, hold it there. Feet and knees together. We're going to stay with that lower core. Nice big inhale on the exhale. Open up the knees. Inhale together. Exhale, open. Inhale together. So drawing that core in, feeling that in the lower abdominal muscles. Nothing in the back. Wonderful. If you then want, we're going to raise up the head and the shoulder blades. You can either stay in that position or bring that chin to the chest. Hands can be either by the head, or you can extend to the other side of the room. Good, so that should be right in those lovely deep abdominal muscles now. Right, let's go 4 and 3, 2, good, and then 1. Wonderful. From there, we're going to bring the head down, bring the arms on top of the front of the thighs. We're going to inhale on the exhale, chin to the chest, reach as far as we can. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, lower. So we're focusing on the upper abdominal muscles now. So reach as far as you comfortably can. Chin to the chest, exhale all the air out. Inhale down. So really focus on that breath. Exhale as you raise up. Same again, nothing in the lower back, all in the core. If you need to hold it for a little bit longer, you can. And we're trying to peel up those shoulder blades. All right, let's go for 4 more. Here we go. And exhale, up, extend. Good, and up for 3. And then 2. Right, last one, keep it up. We're going to go for some pulses, so keep it up. Let's pulse, keep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Wonderful. Okay, we've targeted the obliques standing. We're going to have a go at doing them in this lying position. So we're going to go for a bit of a bicycle. So legs back up to tabletop, tilt the pelvis towards you. We're going to go for a slow controlled cycle. So pelvis stays tilted towards you, start to feel that in the core. If you then can, we're going to raise up the head and the shoulder blades. Good, okay, so we'll get your brain thinking. So then bring the elbow to the opposite knee. Slow and controlled movements. We're focusing on the sides of the abdominal muscles engaging. So really activating those obliques. Really try and peel the shoulder blades up off the mat. Get that crisscross crunch in. Good. Focusing on that breathing. So elbow to knee, squeeze. And squeeze. Right, let's go. Here we go. 4 and 3, 2, 1, come back to tabletop, hold it there. If you need to bring your head and shoulder blades down, please do. If you can, hold it there. Good. You should now be feeling those core muscles working. Hold, breathe. Good. Focus on that breathing. Happy thoughts. 4, 3, keep going. 2, 1, and down. Lovely. Bring the knees into the chest, hug it out for a moment. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to come into a full body stretch, just to stretch out the core, extend the fingertips, extend those toes. Feel that stretch in the core, lengthen yourself out fully. Lovely, nice big inhale. And then exhale, release. Brilliant. Okay, so I said earlier about posture and hunching over. So we're just going to stretch out those shoulders. So if you can, you're going to lie on your side. It's a nice relaxing stretch, but we're going to focus on one shoulder at a time. If you want a cushion for your head, you're welcome to. You're going to bring both arms out in front. You're going to take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to open up that shoulder and look to the back of the room. Make sure you've got plenty of space and reach far back as you comfortably can. And then bring it back together. Good. So make sure you've got plenty of space. And the idea is you bring that shoulder back, you follow that hand. Are you able to relax it all the way down to the floor? And we're just seeing what mobility you have in that shoulder. You might enjoy a stretch in the lower back, maybe in that spine. I'm just going to go for 2 more. Even if you can't touch the floor, just clock perhaps as far as you can reach comfortably before bringing it back. And then over time, as you practice this, hopefully you'll be able to improve the stretch. And this will all help with that posture. Good. And then bringing it back. Wonderful. Okay, so that is that side. We're now going to do the other side. So I'm actually going to turn around, just so I'm still facing you guys. So onto the other side. And let's just see how this side is feeling. Is it perhaps tighter? Have you got more movement? So stay nice and comfortable. Opening up that shoulder. Wonderful, and then back. It's such a simple exercise, this one, but it's so good for that posture, and it's one you can actually do in the morning when you wake up, and then also just before bed as well. And you can do it in bed. You can enjoy this movement. Right, let's go 2 more of these. Same again, just see how far comfortably you can reach that shoulder. And then back to centre. Brilliant. Okay, from there we're going to come up very gently into a seated position. I don't mind how you are sat. You can be cross-legged, you can have your legs out in front, you can sit on a chair, whatever's comfortable. But we're just going to have a go at practicing seated, basically. Same again, we're focusing on that posture. So the idea is you're going to sit up as tall as you possibly can. So imagine you have got a string from your crown drawing you all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. If you find that your hip flexors are quite tight in a seated position, you can sit on a cushion or on a block. And what that will do is that will just push your pelvis forward, releasing any tension from the hip flexors there. So from this seated position, I want you to roll the shoulders up and back down. Good. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. So all of these exercises you can perform individually, even if you've only got a few minutes in the day. It's worth just stretching or just focusing on that core engagement as well. Good, and then gently release. Okay, we're going to bring one neck to one side and then fingertips on top. So we're opening up the neck into that shoulder. Try and drop that shoulder away. If you move the chin, you'll find that stretch move. So find where you'd like that stretch. Breathe into it And then inhale. On the exhale, let's come on to the other side. Same again, is one side slightly tighter than the other with the neck there. Good, and then we're just going to go into one last stretch. So as I say, we're often on our phones, on our laptops, we tend to hunch back. I just want to stretch out the back muscles as well. So drop the chin to the chest. You should feel that stretch at the back of the neck towards those shoulder blades. And then if you can, you're going to place the hands on the back of the head, relax the elbows, and you should feel a nice stretch back of the neck into those shoulder blades. And then inhale. On the exhale, come back to center. Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much for joining me. As I say, we've done this routine, but you can take little bits and bobs and practice that throughout the week, just focusing and just being aware on that posture. How do you stand? How are you walking? Where is your weight distributed? And also practicing engaging that core as well. So hopefully that has been beneficial. So yeah, just be aware of how your body is moving, how it is feeling, and hopefully you've got a smile on your face as you're able to work on correcting that posture. Have a great day, and hopefully I will get to see you soon.